Yeah.
Man, we should have waited on. We should have waited on Landlord, bro.
It is what it is, though, man.
Hey,
it is what it
because
is.
the dude came with that rap last week, you know.
He killed it too.
He so did. Hey, but I can't wait till we talk about the real and the lies of Cowboys OTAs, man. Cause some of this stuff is real, and I think some things we can judge. There's some things when they bring up, bruh, it's like,
see this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
So we gonna talk about the difference today. Then we gotta talk about this Pickens number 3. We still this week go talk about Tyler Guyton. Yeah.
So when we bring up Tyler Guyton, what are we talking about? His progression, how he looking, our expectations. What we touching on with big number 60?
I'm gonna surprise you, brother.
Now listen,
I'm gonna make you think of your feet.
I hate surprises, man. They throw me a surprise for them.
Man, you kill surprises, bro. You think of your feet, man. We good. Nah, I'm gonna save it though. I ain't gonna tell you nothing. So, but shoot, man, while we talking about it, what's on your mind with Tyler Guyton? We kick it off with Tyler Guyton. What's up?
I mean, last time I seen the man, you know, I'm not gonna say anything bad about him. You know,
why?
You know how everybody say "New Year, new me."
Yeah.
Listen, I gotta speak life into the boy because I need him.
All right.
Like, listen, I'm not trying to go out here and go get another left tackle.
Yeah.
So Tyler Guyton, you my guy. You know, hopefully you've been taking your vitamins, eating your peanut butter. You know, you going to the dude to getting that shot. You know, that made Barry Bonds a little strong. Hopefully you did something, you know, over the course of the offseason, man, because I need you, and I need you badly. If we're going to be a team that's trying to win in the trenches and win up front, Tyler Guyton is somebody that's going to be pivotal to our success, man, in the run game and the pass game. So if he can't hold up, you know, we're looking at Awesome Richards. Left tackle play is hard to compensate for, man. You ain't got a good left tackle. It really hinders the kind of things you can call. You're scared to get into 5-step or 7-step drops.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're scared to really pull them and run to his side and stuff like that. So if he ain't up to par, man, it's going to cripple your ability to run offense at a high level. So Tyler Guyton, he got to be better. And he's going up against weaker competition this year. You know, I did the gauntlet last year. You know, I showed all the killers he was going up against. These boys ain't really got no bodies like that, man. Not this year around. You know, you're not going against Myles Garrett and, you know, all those other guys. And even though he really ain't fool with them that much, you know, you really don't have those guys on the docket. You don't really have the possibility of running into too many dominant pass rushers this year.
Yeah.
So just by default, he should have a better season than he did last year.
Right.
But he got to put it together, man.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, man. So we'll go ahead and kick off the show then with Tyler Guyton. So, man, what's your thoughts on, man? Well, before we do that, man, let's play the clip real quick.
Let's do it.
Tommy Arch, DallasCowboys.com. We saw Tyler Booker taking some first team reps. How have you seen him kind of early on mesh with the guys in that group?
He's doing great. Again, we're creating competition. He's not taking all the ones. We're rolling different guys in there. Rob Jones, we're moving Brock around a lot, moving BB around some. But you know, he's picked it up really, really well. The intensity that you guys saw in the introductory press conference, and that is what we see. But the best time to watch Tyler Booker is probably an individual, because if whoever he's working with holding the bags and the pads aren't doing it the right way, they get a little bit of an earful. It's kind of fun to watch. So he understands that there's a mindset and a makeup that make great offensive linemen. I think along with some of the other leaders up front, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Tyler Guyton. He's having a terrific offseason. He's working his ass off. He looks great.
He brought that up on his own.
Having a terrific offseason. He's working his ass off. Tyler Guyton. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Tyler Guyton. He's having a terrific offseason.
He brought it up on his own.
He's working his ass off. He looks great. But Tyler Booker fits in great with what we're trying to build.
Louis Scruggs at NBC5. You were obviously here when Tyron Smith was at left tackle. Last year, a little bit of change here. What is your comfort level with your left tackle position? And also, can you talk about the progress for a guy like Guyton, what you've seen from his rookie year to now, and also Austin Richards?
Yeah, again, I'll repeat it again, Dewey. I mean, like, Tyler's having a great offseason. Talk about Tyler Guyton. I have to always specify that because there's so many Tylers now. But, TG, he's having a great offseason. I think some of the new things that Clayton and Connor Riley have brought from a fundamental standpoint really fits him. I think you're talking about, I'll go back for Tyler a little bit, like, he hasn't played offensive line a whole lot. Then he played right tackle at Oklahoma. Then we moved him to left tackle, and it's obviously a premier position. And then he missed quite a bit of time last year in training camp. He has not missed a day. He was one of the first guys back in the building. It reminds me a ton of Jalen Tolbert, if I'm being honest with you. Jalen Tolbert, year one, you guys were all here, right? Up and down, hey, here's a high draft pick, and didn't have a great first year. JT was one of the first guys back in the building. Well, Tyler Guyton was one of the first guys back in the building. He understands how important that this year is for him, not just for him, but for our football team. And so he looks great, and he's playing at a high level right now, going against some good speed rushers. Awesome is that guy that, he doesn't say much, but when he's out there, we have complete confidence that he's, going to play at a high level. He's got good flexibility. We are having a chance to move him around some, which is good because we're moving all of our pieces around. But I would say that I feel really good right now about our tackle position. Again, I say that with a slight pause because it's May, and we're not in full pads and we can't do some of the things that we're going to do in training camp. But I would say the arrow on all those guys is trending up.
Okay.
Facts. One thing I noticed though, not to get too far off the subject, but did you notice how Schott is kind of referring to Jalen Tolbert as almost like a success story? Is that sounding like, Jalen Tolbert is where he want him to be at right now? Just a little nugget that I got off of that. But that's some glowing reviews for Mr. Tyler Guyton, man. You know what I'm saying? And I love the fact that it sounds like he got that fire. He telling them, hey, you ain't holding the bags right. You ain't doing this right.
That was Tyler Booker.
Oh, that was Booker.
That's Booker that's doing that.
Now that sound like Booker. Okay.
Yeah, that's Booker.
I'm about to say,
Sound way more like Booker.
That's Booker doing that.
Got me a little bit.
Yeah.
But okay. Yeah, but I like the glowing reviews he had for Tyler Guyton though. Because we need him, man. Like Hen said, you can't do too many long developing plays if you can't do like 5-step drops, 7-step drops, you know what I'm saying, the deep drops, because you need time for the plays to develop down the field, and that's critical when he's your left tackle. We know that left tackle is one of the most pivotal positions on the line because that's your quarterback's blind side, and we need him to be, sufficient there. So it's good that the coach named him by himself. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to get nobody to ask that question. He just brought him up, and that's a good thing for Tyler Guyton. He said he's first in, last out, and that's what you need to hear from a player like that, man. Especially that had a down year. You're looking for him to be a better player for sure, by far, in 2025, especially the draft capital we got, where we gave up for him. So, man, we need Tyler Guyton to be better this year. And it looks like he's taking the right steps to go forward and be what we need.
So, hey, I got a real question for both of y'all. And it really just came to my mind when we were sitting here talking about Tyler Guyton. Because the Dallas Cowboys have a long history of drafting good left tackles. I know we only think about Terrence Smith, but when you go back to Flozell Adams, Flozell was an all-pro left tackle as well. You know what I'm saying? So, we have a history of them being, top, perennial Pro Bowlers, all the other stuff. If Tyler Guyton isn't that, and he is just a good, serviceable pro, did we get what we wanted from Tyler Guyton? What do you think Tyler Guyton can be? Do you see an all-pro future for Tyler Guyton, or would you be okay if he was just, I can start 17 games, I'm not going to give up that many sacks, you can play and win with me? How would you feel?
What I look like? Go ahead.
how would you feel if that was what Tyler Guyton ends up being? Not saying that is him. I'm just asking the question to ask the question.
Okay, I was about to say, it depends on what it sounds like. What you describing is serviceable. So I would think serviceable would be somebody like, like a Terrence Steele right now. You know what I'm saying? We've seen great things from Terrence Steele in the run game and stuff, but as far as the passing game, he's probably pretty much serviceable. So I would expect something better than that from him. You know what I'm saying? I would actually demand something better than that from him. He got all the physical tools. It just depends on him getting his skill set up and getting the reps and actually being serious about getting better and being great. That's what we need from Tyler Guyton. He's tall as hell. What, he like 6'5"? He got the size.
He's way bigger than 6'5".
Yeah, he bigger than 6'5", bro.
What, he's 6'7"?
He bigger than Tyron Smith.
Good Lord. So we know he's a super tall dude. He got the prototypical size for the position. Hopefully he ain't too tall, because that could be a problem.
He's 6'8". He's 6'8", almost 6'9".
Good Lord, that might be a problem. But
that's 6'8", bro.
That's another story. That's a story for
and
another
he
day.
bigger than what Tyron Smith was coming in as a rookie.
Damn, I didn't know he was 6'8". That could be a problem to me, because you got to get leverage. Low. Yeah, like if they getting lower than you, if you standing too high, bro, you can't have too much power. You can't anchor that well. You can't do too much for real. Like, you too top heavy. You'll be weak at your bottom. So I don't know, man. I hope he can learn how to play low enough so he can sustain all his strength and stuff like that. But 6'8" is ridiculous. I don't think I realized he was that damn tall. So yeah, I think he got the skill set and the size to be good. He just gotta go out there and get the reps and maintain the skill level that he learned.
To answer your question, Henny, I see future All-Pro, and I think it starts this year. So I remember Steele as a rookie. Common Sense said the same thing. Y'all remember Steele as a rookie? See, he had to go out there and play because of Lyle Collins' suspension, right? Mm-hmm. So he got whooped the first 8 games. Whooped.
Thoroughly. Mm-hmm.
Thoroughly. And worse than Guyton got whooped. But he got better and better as the season went on, right? Then in year 2, man, that boy Steele was something else. He was something else.
Yeah.
And I think we go see that same thing with Tyler Guyton. I'm talking about the same thing, but better.
Now, see, that actually wasn't the question. I didn't say would he become an All-Pro. I said if he only became a serviceable starter, how would you feel about that? We're doing the what if scenario, because I believe he'll be he got the skill set to be a perennial Pro Bowler. Like, I'm sure he'll be fine. Yeah. But the question was, if he doesn't pan out and he's just a regular starter, or
he ain't gonna be no regular starter.
It's nothing. What if?
It's nothing. Well, if he end up being a regular starter, that's gonna be under what I expect. So everything about him screams future greatness. From day one, he was the first one in. Remember, when he was drafted, they had to turn him away from getting in here to start working. Y'all remember that? Because it's a rule that you're supposed to wait at least 1 or 2 days before you report. He was trying to get in the next day to start working.
He flew in the next day.
They say nobody in the history of the Cowboys came in as fast as he did. So he's always been a hard worker. You know what I mean? So, and on top of that, he's a lifelong Cowboy fan from a family of Cowboy fans. So this, to a guy like that, in my opinion, he the type of guy that's gonna feel like this is destiny. You know what I mean? Kind of like Dak was a Cowboy fan. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Tyler Smith, Cowboy fan. Like when this your team, man.
I feel like that too, though, because I think those guys got an extra incentive. Like,
right.
I want to be great. That's gonna be great for my career. But at the same time, I can make my football team great. You know what I'm saying? I can be a legacy player for my team that I represent. And I don't think you can duplicate that. I think that's why Tyler Smith came in so serious about handling business. Like, you know what I'm saying? At that point, I don't feel like it's just a job. Like, could you imagine us really playing for the Cowboys? Like, I'd be going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man,
if I'd be, man, that'll be insane. Like, my work ethic could be different. So, yeah, it's better than just a job.
Right.
It's better than just a job.
I think you said it best. Imagine you playing for the Cowboys, Henny.
I'd be going crazy. I promise you that. I promise you
the team you love. How would you work? For real.
I work my ass off. Now listen, nobody is questioning his work ethic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna ever question if he puts the work in or not, because he looked like a different dude. I know that picture was floating around. He looked crazy in the hockey jersey, but he actually got bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
And his appearance. He done put the work in. We just got to see it translate on the field.
Right. I think it will. And another reason I'm standing on that it will, what happened to Awesome Rich this year too?
He was better.
And stronger. What was they saying he needed to do his rookie year though?
Same thing. Get stronger.
Yep.
You know, and it takes time.
It takes time. Right. This that time. So nah, I feel real good about it. And I'm not surprised about the report. And I felt like Brian Schottenheimer was fair. He said, listen, I ain't trying to blow no smoke. These boys ain't got their pads on. So I'm just judging what they look like. I'm judging the work. That's all I can judge. I can't really judge them to the pads on. And I appreciate him being honest like that. Because a lot of people, they kind of embellishing these OTAs a little bit. We gonna talk about that.
Let me ask you a question, boss, because it feel like you're real optimistic about Guyton coming in.
I am.
I'm
high.
Do you think those penalties was like a lack of preparation or a lack of skill set, or do you think they could be eliminated? Like what you thinking about the flags that he got last year? A lot of them.
To be honest, I felt like they was picking on him. I felt like he messed up when he said the refs was trash. And I think they heard that, they started to send a message. Because when I was looking at a lot of them penalties, I was like, nah, bro. They whooping him with that yellow. You know what I mean? That's my honest to God opinion. I didn't see flagrant holes on the flags. I didn't. I saw tic-tac calls.
Tyler Smith had a penalty problem when he first came in too, and it really didn't translate like that to benefit. Like, he got better at it. So,
yeah. And to me, Tyron Smith used to always get the worst holding calls. Man, I used to be like,
y'all was phantom.
y'all just call that because he whooped him, man. That's, you know, that wasn't holding. That was just domination. You know what I mean? It's like, So I think all our guys go always. I think you getting me into conspiracy. I think Goodell still don't like Jerry, man.
I don't doubt it.
I think that's kind of evident right there. I don't even know if that's a conspiracy right there.
Yeah.
That's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Like, he was one of the main people that was trying to get rid of him. So after stuff like that, you can never just be, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be cordial because you're professional.
Right.
But that don't mean you're going to be this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This friendly,
ain't kumbaya after that.
buddy pal type vibes. No.
Yeah. Because it never made sense to me when we would have for years some of the best pass rush, but also have some of the least amount of calls. If your team is real top in pass rush, they should at least be in the middle in terms of
holding calls. But
we'll be getting the least amount of calls with the top performers. It don't even make sense. For years, it's like that too. Whenever we lead in the league in sacks, we also way low in calls. And look how they do Micah.
I was finna say, they be putting Micah in finishing move. That boy in the full Nelson. Ooh. That boy finna go sleep.
Yeah.
They do Micah any kind of way. So I feel you. But, you know, honestly, man, I think it's going to take something like the penalties and stuff, the phantom calls. That is going to have to go away before we can actually compete I went and watched the damn 49ers game for 2022. A lot of folks don't remember on that touchdown drive they had back-to-back phantom penalties against the Dallas Cowboys. We sacked Brock Purdy on third down, and there was like a holding call in the secondary out of nowhere. And then the very next play, we had a tackle for loss, and they called another holding call on a run play. So, like, that stuff, especially in the postseason, that stuff come back to bite us, man.
Yeah, them refs.
So, Jerry Jones gonna have to send that man some flowers or some shit, man. He gonna have to get that together.
At the same time, though, like, how do you combat that, though? Because at the same time, I'm like, okay, we can say they BS calls, but they was calls. They hurting us, and they messing us up in these games. So the only thing we can do is adapt to it. You gotta get your coaches to adapt to it, man. Like, we can't complain and whine about it. Nobody's gonna listen to the Cowboys whine about no calls. We're not listening to that. Nobody is. They hate us already. We know they hate us. So if we up here saying, hey, they calling unfair calls on us, they gonna be like, shut up, Cowboys. We don't care about that. Like, they're not gonna listen to us. So we gotta figure out a way for this coaching staff to adapt to these tic-tac calls. If it is, he gonna have to find a way to get around it, man. It is what it is. If it's a call in their eyes, it's a call on the field and it's hurting the team, and we got to do something about it.
Jerry's gonna have to get on the phone with Roger Goodell. He's gonna have to firmly apologize. He's gonna have to send some money to a couple charitable places that Goodell likes, and they're gonna have to make amends. Because listen, you're a Mavericks fan. The year that Mark Cuban didn't say anything about the refs and he was quiet on the sideline is the year that we won the championship.
That's true.
The year that Mark Cuban was not criticizing the refs, he sat back and he said, hey, I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm not going to do anything. It was 2011. That's when we won. We didn't have the ticket-tack stuff happen that year.
Hold on real quick. This is for Henny.
You can't handle the truth.
If you believe that you did something to run afoul of the top dog, who is the commissioner, get back in his good graces. Do you want to win or not?
I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, maybe we need to what can I say? Maybe we need to filter these players like Michael too. Don't talk about the refs, bro. Leave the refs alone.
Yeah.
We don't want to get on the bad side of the ref. You already got a star on your helmet.
Tyler Guyton also needs to publicly apologize.
That ain't just for Michael. I'm just using him as example. He was already the given because he said something about the refs, so he was a target. That's all it's gonna make you do. You're gonna be a target after a while. So nobody can prove that you're a target.
The next time Tyler Guyton in front of the microphone, he need to say that. For real.
The reason we gonna say this and the reason it's so important is because if you complain about the refs, right? Now you a target, and it could be a little tic-tac call that they might not call on nobody else.
They gonna call on you.
Maybe you did hold a little bit.
Slight.
They still gonna call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe you don't make yourself an enemy against the refs, and maybe you can get away with some of this stuff.
No, I love what Henny said, bro.
A monster.
I love what Henny said. To me, that's the answer. Like,
apologize.
Yeah, just. You know.
And listen, I'm glad you brought up Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons has numerous occasions talked about not getting holding calls. And you know what they do?
Don't give them a holding call.
They let more and more egregious calls go against Michael Parsons. I told you I see them in a finishing move. They had him like this. They had Michael Parsons like this. They do.
It's choking him out.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like the ref damn near checked his arms, make sure he was conscious. You know they do in wrestling, make sure you ain't fainted. They damn near did Michael Parsons like that. Yeah. So like the guys that talk the most about penalties are the guys that don't get any calls. They are the guys that don't get any kind of calls.
Somebody need to sit them down and say, hey, how did that work out for you? You know what I'm saying?
Everybody has done it now. Dak Prescott had publicly went after the refs after the 2021 playoff loss because he said, remember they threw trash at the refs and he said good. He told him good. He told him good. He said good job.
Hey, we got a target on our back, man.
That's right. That's just keeping it real.
And then think about this now. I know people don't feel like this is that big of a deal at times, but in those critical moments, just know if it's close, you won't get it. It won't go your way.
Right.
That's the sad part about it. Because guess what? We seen situations like Brandon Cooks getting mugged. You know, he's a little dude, but that might have been a little too physical at some of those moments, but they ain't gonna call it because, hey, you the Cowboys. That's a critical moment. That could have been a critical first down. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't getting that call, buddy. You play for the Cowboys.
Them boys can control the game. They can.
Yeah. Especially in critical situations. Yes, sir.
You got to play the game, bro. You do.
Like I just mentioned, like we lost to the 49ers 19-12 in the postseason that one time, right? On that touchdown drive, it was back-to-back phantom calls against the Dallas Cowboys. They had them held to a field goal. It could have been 12-12. They went up there and scored a touchdown, went up what was it? 16, 17, 17-9. So my point being is this. Like, no, 16-9. That was 16-9. My point is this: as long as the penalties are happening, like they're going to dictate the outcomes of very important games. Yep. And it's already done happen. It's already done happen.
You remember Green Bay 2016, that Butler call, that legal procedure?
I got a better one. Did you see that they held who left to start smoking weed? I forget the defensive tackle name.
That was David Irvin.
David Irvin.
I remember that hole. Yeah.
They had an egregious asshole. It was on the third.
Same game. Same game. That was on the super throw.
It's on the super throw. The game, the throw.
I know the play you talking about.
On
man, they tackled David Irvin, bro. I remember that play.
In front of the ref.
In front of the ref. I remember. Yeah. Yeah. Those two plays killed us in the playoffs. For real.
And it's a close game. Remember, we lost by a field goal, 34-31.
That's facts.
It would have been 3rd and 30 if they had called that.
Yeah, so now, man, that's real though. It's one more reason I also feel good about Tyler Guyton. The massive investment they did in coaching.
Yep.
So they you know what I'm saying? So they offensive coordinator, offensive line coach. You know, then they brought in another offensive line coach. You got so many people speaking the language of offensive line, is crazy. You know, so we got Lou in the building, generation to generation in the building. What's up, y'all?
Salute to y'all.
Yeah, man. So we got to do some work, generation to generation. We got to do some work, man. But yeah, man. So no, I feel good about Tyler. I ain't worried about him at all. Right? If he got a suspect year 3, then year 2, I'm gonna be worried. I'm gonna be worried. But I think he go ball.
One more question about Tyler Guyton, then I feel like we didn't beat the dead horse enough.
All right, cool.
At what point, or what do you need to see to the point where you like, let's try him at his natural position at right tackle? How bad do it have to get for you to try that?
I'm gonna put it like this: just because I move him to right tackle don't mean he better than Terrence Steele. So I would still be crippling my team if he, try to make a move like that. If Terrence Steele is playing like Terrence Steele, I can't uproot Terrence Steele for Tyler Guyton, because that's another unknown.
You're gonna sit him on dime. That's what you're saying. You'll just have to sit him down.
Listen, if Terrence Steele is playing good football, it is a disservice to my team to disrupt the chemistry that they have with him on that side of the field. To put a player in there that may be worse. So why would I get possibly weaker at left tackle and possibly bench my better right tackle? It don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna have to have some part of this line gonna have to be solidified. If left tackle is your issue, it's just gonna have to be an issue this year. You're gonna probably have to just chip on that side, run away from that side. You're gonna have to do something schematically. But you really ain't gonna have no answers to it. If Tyler Guyton ain't good this year, he just ain't gonna be good. You're gonna have to put Austin Richards' ass in there, see if he can be some. Or if you're scared of that, pray about it. Just leave Tyler Guyton out there, see if he gets better as the season goes on, man. That's all you can do. Left tackle is such a premier position. What are you gonna do? You gonna trade for somebody? Anybody got a left tackle worth a damn? They ain't moving them. So man. Tyler Guyton is just gonna have to get baptized by fire at left tackle, and it is what it is, man. We gonna live with the finished product. Either he gonna come out the fire and brimstone, rejuvenated and purified, or he gonna get burnt to a crisp.
I mean, I might have to ask y'all this too, cause I don't know.
Let me answer that though. I want to jump in on that answer.
Go ahead.
Let me run to the restroom. I'm gonna be listening though.
I think you got to stick it out into year 3. I wouldn't even question moving him to right into year 3. I will give him a whole year 2 at left.
So let me ask you this: Are you gonna try to deal with the bad play, or are you gonna sit him down until next year?
I'm expecting good play.
I'm saying in this situation, boss.
If he play bad,
yes.
If he play bad, then I'm going with Awesome Richards.
If it's a disaster at left tackle, you gonna sit him down and tell him to wait the next year. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's what Henny said. I think it's competition and just letting them dudes fight it out. And if Awesome Richards is looking better than Tyler Guyton, you start Awesome Richards. Period.
So, one more question, because I think it might feel the time till he ain't get back. I know we had a disconnect with Terrence Steele. So, what on a scale of 1 to 10, where is Terrence Steele at for you? 10 being, a GOAT at this point.
Oh, if 10 is GOAT, Terrence Steele 8.5.
Wow.
And
Damn.
what, right tackle?
Hell
For
yeah.
real?
Standing on it.
I'm gonna give Cuz a 6.5.
We definitely disconnected, boss. It ain't nothing wrong with it either, but it is what it is. I don't see that.
I'll tell you why.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you one question. Is you talking?
You got a lot of
combining? Yeah, because I'm just trying to figure.
Nah, I like this. I like this, bro.
I'm meddling
like
my
this.
boy, man. I'm meddling my boy.
It's crazy how we see this all different too. That's what's crazy.
Yeah,
We see this different. All of us.
Get a feel for you.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as Tyler as far as Terrence Steele go, right? I just don't see. So let me split it up, because that's what a disconnect may be. Pass blocking, 10-1. Run blocking, 10-1. Which one? Where he ranking at?
11 on run blocking.
So so he at 8.5 in pass blocking to you?
I say about a 7. But he gonna go back up to a 10 this year.
I pray you right.
Mine for Terrence.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Down.
He gonna be 2 years off that knee, and you ain't gonna have no play caller putting him on his heels.
So I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Mine for pass pro for Terrence Steele is a 6.
6.
Run blocking is up there. I'll give it a 9. He was one of the best run blockers in National Football League.
Best. Facts.
So
when
he was healthy or last year?
When he was healthy.
When he was healthy.
Year, everything. We didn't run the ball to know we could run block still.
Right.
We actually did run the ball,
but not like when we was running it with Zeke and Pollard.
I'm saying it like this. You threw the ball 700 times, literally. Like you threw the ball 700 times. Like of course he looked bad. You can't do that with him.
That's right. Say it again, Henny.
Bro, last year it's kind of hard.
That's
to get
right.
data from last
It
year.
don't count.
We threw a 700. Say it again, Henny.
Come on
Like,
now. Well, let's not
Against the worst pass rushers, against the hardest pass rushers we had in 30 years.
We would do that stuff, bro. Come on now.
Hold on.
You gotta put the context on that. Go ahead.
Can I speak?
Sure.
Because listen, like you ran more at the end of the season.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, you still threw the ball like you were the Kansas City Chiefs. Like at the end of the day, that's where your passing attempts went. And Dak Prescott only played how many games? Like 5 full games.
That's right.
So 8 full games of Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
So can I ask you a question?
Can I finish my train of thought before you ask me another question?
Hey,
Sure.
man,
Go ahead.
I like to see Landlord and Henny fight. This is new. This is new to me.
Go ahead. Please.
Listen, I'm not trying to sit here and take up. I said a man a 5 in pass pro, but
I want you to finish what you were saying, sir. Please. Go
okay,
ahead.
I am.
You ain't.
Because I'm talking to an Alabama dude.
Could you
Alabama
please
folks,
finish your statement so I can finish mine, sir? Go ahead.
No. Matter of fact, no. We gonna stop the show right
See,
now.
that?
No. I don't even want to talk to you. I ain't want to talk to you.
See, I'm trying to be professional, but he no. How you gonna say
How you
no?
gonna just say
Get
no?
out of here.
That
How
boy-
you gonna say no?
Easy.
He just say, I'm just finna be
But no,
resistant.
for real.
He gonna
But
filibuster.
listen.
That what you on?
That boy say, I'm finna be resistant.
Hey, I feel like Elon right now.
Even with the president. Man, crazy.
But for real though.
Lou
dog,
say you team trenches now.
I
Who?
don't know about all that.
I am too right now.
I'm team one tech. I'm
Well,
team,
you team trenches.
I'm team
Man,
werewolf.
see, y'all keep changing the subject. Could you please finish your statement, sir?
Okay,
Please.
damn, man. Listen, this man
Go ahead.
impatient. He
Listen to
getting old.
Lou.
I've been waiting.
Lou is the one.
I'm just saying this, man. Like, if you play to his strengths, I think Terrence Steele will be fine. Especially if we're comparing him to Tyler Guyton and playing on the right side. I just rather rock with the devil I know than to change stuff up. Because I think, especially him being on the right side, that can mitigate some of that pass pro shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you're done?
So I guess so. You've been trying to go, so go.
All right, so how you righteous and talking about you rocking with the devil for one, but for two,
That boy said he rocking with the devil. He tripped.
you were rocking with the
I
devil.
know.
You know, I don't want to rock with the devil at all. But
You are the devil.
I'll say this.
Damn, man.
Let's
Y'all
not do
boys
the
fight. I ain't never
stats,
seen y'all fight
nah.
like this.
Boss so messy.
And he missed.
Messy boss over there. But listen,
Missed your boss.
Let's
Damn,
not
man.
do
What's
the
up with all
stats,
this
though.
fighting, bro?
Let's
Run
not
it
do the
up.
stats, though. When we talking about this, like, you're not gonna throw the ball when you getting your behind whooped. We up here talking about 700 pass attempts. Hell yeah, they gonna throw the ball. We was getting our ass whooped down there the whole season. Yes, we gonna throw the ball. So how are we even using that data? Like, we gotta throw that data out the door, bro. That data don't count. Real talk. You are not finna.
I gotta
run the ball
push
when you
back.
getting
I
your
gotta push
tail
back on that.
whooped. You're not.
I ain't talking about that aspect of it, Landlord. I'm just saying he looked bad because of the situation that he was in.
I just disagree with Landlord on that.
Hold on. Let me
Come
finish.
on
Let
with
me
it,
finish.
boss. 'Cause I was born to fight him, man.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me
We gonna
finish
fight.
this thought, and I'll let you go. I'm just saying, like, I know there were circumstances that led to it. I know that they didn't go in thinking that they would pass the ball that much volume. Because listen, the defense were giving up ass. You had one of the worst scoring defenses. You had one of the worst rushing defenses. You were giving up ass all year. So I understand what you're saying, Landlord, about how that skews a lot of stuff. But at the same token, if we got to throw all that data out, then how can we say that Terrence Steele ain't nothing right now? Because everybody played
for a couple of years. That's why.
He wasn't bad. Was he bad in 2022, or did he just get hurt in 2022?
Got
Yes,
hurt.
he was bad.
Got hurt.
Oh, so okay.
Hold on, because listen, everybody was down this year. Dak Prescott was 11 touchdowns, eight picks. He was bad this year. Every wide receiver not named CeeDee Lamb was bad this year. CeeDee Lamb's production himself took a hit for what he had this year. Rico Dow don't even count because we didn't even believe he was a real running back until the end of the season. They didn't give that man no touches till the season was over with. We didn't play no meaningful football with Rico Dow as the lead back. So who on this team performed well last year? Like I almost want to just start over, hit the reset
That's what
button.
I just said. We need to throw that data. You agreeing with me? We need to throw that data out.
No,
It don't matter.
no. I think you said the data wrong. Cause see,
The data is the data.
No. I'm gonna tell you what you said to why I disagree. You said we was getting our ass whooped. That's why we had to throw it like that. I think you right on the first half of the season. I don't think you right on the second half of the season. I think you right on the first half though. We was in big deficits early, which took away the run game. I agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you on that. And that did put us on our heels against the Ravens, especially against the Saints. You right.
Detroit. We had some ugly games, y'all.
Yeah, that's why I said early.
So that's what I'm saying.
That's why I say early. That's why I say I'm not throwing a while. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at the data in context. So in context,
they skewed the numbers. That's what I can
Yeah,
say. I
yeah,
think we can agree
yeah.
with that. They skewed them.
See,
So
now
that's why
which
I'm not-
so
that's
but
why I'm not
let's
going
talk about it
fully
though.
on it. Yeah,
Let's talk about it. Where would you say Steele probably struggled? What part of the season?
His biggest struggle. If you think he struggled all year, that's cool. But where was he?
Probably, throughout. But
I say the first half.
Every
when
game,
we start running the ball, ain't nobody was talking about Steele, bro. It was not a peak.
You're gonna do better when, we know common sense football. So y'all not wrong when we saying if you don't put him in as many pass protection situations, he would do better, of course.
Yeah.
So
and then on top of that, look at the gauntlet of pass rushes he was going against. He was the one going against T.J. Watt. He was the one going against Thibodeau. It was him. It wasn't Tyler Guy. It was him that was fighting all the best pass rushes. He was.
He got his ass whooped.
To the second half of the season, he did.
Okay, at what point are we saying that we gotta protect them? You know what I'm saying? Because that sounds like protection.
Sometimes you gotta protect.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta protect everybody to a certain degree. But is it extra protection?
Sometimes.
Okay.
This is what I mean. When Tank was going crazy and Michael was going crazy, how did they protect their quarterbacks?
They didn't run. I mean, they didn't throw against them.
That's right.
They tried to run the ball.
They ran the ball.
Yeah, we know you got to protect sometime. I'm just saying, like, certain players, like when we had Chaz Green out there, we probably need to protect him.
So I put it like this: if you playing the Giants and they got Thibodeau, and now they got Carter, and they got
Carter, they got 3.
We better go into that game like
running.
We gonna run the ball today,
because you're trying to protect your tackles. We're just trying to protect Dak.
I'll also put it like this. I'll also put it to you like this. We know that not all players are even killed with what they're good at. For example, Osa Odigizua. He is one of the best pass rushing 3 techs in the National Football League.
Hands down.
He is not a great run defender at all.
Right.
So you have to mitigate how you utilize him on a down-to-down basis. So
right.
if I feel like they're gonna go heavy and run against us, I might not want Osa out there.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel like they're going to try and spread us out and throw the ball down the field, I want Osa in on every single one of those downs. And I think it's no different with Terrence Steele. Like, Terrence Steele is such a good run blocker when he's on. Like, I can live with having him in, I can live with some of the downside of having to play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, some folks are too good at what they excel at. I can live with their weaknesses. Like, I'm not going to not call Superman in just because they might got kryptonite bullets.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
See,
like, we're gonna figure it out.
See, I'm at like a 5 with his pass protection, and I'm at like a 7 with his run block. So like, I'm looking at it like 5 is average. Mm-hmm. So he's average. You know what I'm saying? At pass pro to me. And run blocking, he's a couple of notches better. You know, he do good in run blocking. So I don't see.
I'm gonna say one more thing in defense of Steele. One.
Go ahead.
I think he also suffered for what Pollard suffered from. When Pollard had that clean break, right? He looked like he lost a step. But what really happened? He needed to heal.
Yeah.
And it took him a whole year. See, we got 1,000 out of him, but we were saying he cold, but he didn't look like breakaway Pollard until he went to Tennessee. To my defensive Steele, I think we needed time. I think we needed to get that knee time. Remember, he had a December ACL, and his ACL was broken in 3 places, dog. I think so. Now, if I put it like this, I'm gonna say the same thing for both of them. This is gonna be the year I panic if they don't play well. This year, I'm not panicking going into the year. I will be panicking after this year. Like, if it's bad pass pro this year out of my tackles, okay, I'm gonna have some problems. But I don't think you're gonna have it, bro. I think we finna be fine, bro.
I'm not gonna downplay the injury, man, but I just look at it like everybody got something wrong with their head, for real, bro. But if your jersey, if your name on the back of that jersey and you on that field, bro, I expect a certain level of play from you. Real talk. And if you can't do that year after year, then that's who you are. You putting the tape out though. So how can I be like, we don't know?
But that was my case with Pollard.
I'm
right?
saying we don't know how much it is really affecting him.
But that's what I'm saying. We should give it time to see.
That's fair. But I'm just saying I can't take that as a full excuse though. Because we don't know how he feels. He on the field.
It's not a full excuse. I think it's a reasonable. It's reasonable. That's all.
It's fair. I can say it's fair. You know,
because same thing with Pollard, right?
Yeah.
We saw Pollard at Tennessee. He looked like old Pollard, didn't he?
I haven't watched Tennessee to say yeah or nay, but I've
seen a couple of plays. Yeah.
But I'll put it to you like this.
That's fair.
I more so know what Terrence Steele is, and I can live with what he is. You know, if he's healthy. Like I know he'll run block at a high level. I know that his pass pro is questionable, but I also know since he's a right side player, scheme and Dak Prescott himself can mitigate some of that. So again, also it's the same thing really with Terrence Steele as it is with Tyler Guyton. I mean, there's not really much I can do about it this year any damn way. Like, let's say Terrence Steele go out there and he is ass. You gonna put the 6th round rookie in for Oregon?
No,
that's your backup plan. Or you gonna swing Austin Richards over there? Like either way it goes. If Terrence Steele doesn't play well, the guy behind Terrence Steele probably ain't that much better any damn way. Like
all we gonna say is we just gotta pray about it.
Yeah, because listen, what else are we going to do? Because at this point, you can't. There's nobody else you can really turn to, unless you think one of these guys that we picked up 99 offensive lineman, Landlord. Like surely one of these guys that came off the couch, or one of these guys that been festering on the practice squad. Maybe one of them could come in, but we ain't got nobody else but Terrence Steele and Tyler Guyton. So at this point, they got to work out, Land.
All right, everybody, let's do a collective Cowboys prayer for this offensive line.
I ain't praying. I'm praying and I believe in prayer. I ain't like how I sounded when I said that.
Oh yeah, I ain't praying like shit. Oh Lord,
we need a collective.
It sounded like you when you said you believe in the devil.
Nah, I didn't say I believe in the devil. I said
when you said you got faith in the devil. I'm like, wait.
You know, I had these words. He always say he right.
You know, black folk.
I had to turn it on you, man. I had to make up something real quick to get it off the tension off me, cause that sounded real bad. So I ain't praying. They sound right, but this what I mean by that. Man, y'all tripping, man. Our tackles finna be nice. Cause I put it like this.
Right. I pray you're right.
If Steele get back, which I think he will, he gonna be 2 years removed from that knee. Man, do y'all remember how cold Steele was year 2? Do y'all remember?
2021, he was great.
Man, that dude was balling.
But the Landlord point, that was 4 years ago. I think that's Landlord main point.
Yeah.
That was 4 years ago.
And nobody was having no problems up into December when he hurt that ACL, man. In 2022, man, that dude was balling in 2022 as well.
If I ever get in any trouble, I want Boss to be my judge, because he gonna give me some leeway. He gonna be like, man, I'm
gonna be fair.
Things, man, he ain't wanna have to rob them people.
If that's the case,
the rent was due, Landlord.
Yeah, listen, man, I ain't like y'all, bro. See, I ain't like y'all. I see how y'all are. See, y'all them types.
I think I've been very fair to Terrence Steele.
Man, say
I want the best play for my team.
Hell no.
I want the best play.
I've been very fair to Terrence Steele.
No.
I've been very fair to Terrence Steele.
Nah, you don't take it easy on nobody. You Bullet Henny, bro. That's your name, Bullet. Yes, now you are not fair at all.
Oh hell no.
Landlord, do you believe these lies?
Oh, you see, you are fake news.
Wrong.
Salacious.
I don't think
fair.
You've been
damn
fair than me. I'm done with all the goddamn excuses and stuff, bro. I am. I'm sorry. Cause
excuses? That's an ACL.
Bro, anybody can use an injury excuse almost every year, bro.
It's not an excuse when
Boss, if we talk about 2 years off of injury, that's an excuse now.
No.
It is.
I'm saying no.
It is.
No.
It is.
No. We not. It's no.
You've been playing 2 years.
No, bro. His injury was in December, bro. It take a whole year, dog. And remember, he came back early. I didn't even expect him to be at training camp. He showed up to training camp, bro.
Okay.
And practiced the whole way through.
All right, so boss.
After a December injury, dog.
But that was 2022.
What is wrong with y'all?
He got hurt in 2022. He played in 2023. He played in 2024. And now we're going into 2025. That's all Landlord is saying.
I heard what he's saying.
The
already
last
played his
good
second
full
year, bro.
season.
What
The
do you
last
mean?
full good season that that Landlord saw from him was 2021. That's all he's saying.
Man,
And
you
all
know what, bro?
All I'm saying
I
is
just
that
think
you
y'all
going
some
for year-
panickers, dog.
You going for year
Panic
3
about
after
what?
the injury.
You know
going
what?
for year 3
I also
after
agree with Stars in the building. What's up? And Lou saying the same thing. I agree. You gonna call this an excuse too?
Hey, salute to y'all.
You gonna call this an excuse? Solari.
Look,
See, because the OC said exactly what they said.
This is a fair
He
country,
said the
man.
same
Listen,
thing.
listen
Matter of
here.
fact,
Oh, you
the
gonna-
OC said it
you
before
asked
the.
me a question and you ain't gonna let me speak. Go ahead.
I mean,
Go ahead.
like
You just
Solari
said, am
was.
I gonna use that as an excuse? I was finna say, listen, it's a free country. You, my sister Star, my brother Lou, y'all are free to think whatever the hell y'all want to think. I don't believe that shit. I'm sorry. You gonna have to prove it to me, bro.
You don't believe Solari had a lot to do with the breakdown?
I don't believe in the ability that y'all say Terrence Steele got. I don't feel that way, bro. I'm sorry. That's my opinion.
Oh,
That's your opinion.
hell no.
Hey, you can press every button on your machine.
Wrong. You are fake
Landlord
news.
Ain't going. No. I'm sorry.
Flag on the play, bro.
You can have it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna let y'all fight because this is very interesting.
Nah,
So,
what the
fuck is that?
Hold on,
I don't
Landlord.
feel like that, bro.
Oh, so
If you gotta go out,
skill level.
that's
what's
how you go out.
I'm trying to compare notes for the people. For anybody just now coming in, what were the grades that you gave for Terrence Steele? Then Boss wants you to give yours again.
I said, pass pro, he a 5. That's average to me.
Mm-hmm.
And at times he looked worse than that. So 7 to 8, I might have been a little, he pretty good on run block. Yeah, to me he's an average pass protection right tackle. That's my opinion. Yes.
I mean, that's not opinion for the pass block. Like he's by the numbers, he's horrible. But it's the run blocking where I disagree with. Like he's like elite run blocking, at least when he was healthy. Like, but we just going by that. Like pass pro, you're probably right. It probably is a 5. I just believe the only part we disagree on, you gave him a 7 for the run block. I think it's more close to like a 9, just based on metrics and shit. I ain't gonna act like I watched all four like he started in 2020. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I watched every single snap and all 22 film for the 5 years, But by the metrics, he's a top tier run blocker. So I don't think we're that far off. Boss, what were your grades?
I said 11 on run blocking.
Come on, man. Come on.
I can't say 11.
Bro, I said 10 was GOAT. So he's better than the GOAT. He's the greatest run blocking machine you ever seen in your life.
Man, Terrence Steele is a super dog when healthy. He better than everything that was up front, even Zach Martin. But I've been saying that.
Run blocking. Just make sure
I've been saying that. Hold on real quick, bro.
Listen, that's all I'm saying.
Y'all wanted it. I'm gonna give it to you, goddamn it.
I don't want people to understand what's about run blocking.
What year are you staying on? You standing on that last year too?
Nah, I mean, I said when healthy, bro.
I asked
when
one
healthy.
question.
Nah, not last year.
2 years ago, boss.
Not last year. No, not last year.
2 years, sir. What do you mean? So how's you saying that?
This is what I'm saying.
If he didn't give you that level of play last year, how are you saying these things?
I mean,
bro?
I said I'm waiting on him to get healthy, bro. I can't wait on that.
Not after 2 seasons, not after 2 full seasons removed from the injury.
Why not?
No. Because that's how long it's supposed to take. He's supposed to take
Hold on
off
real
his
quick, man.
second year.
Let me show y'all Terrence Steele on this run block. Let me see if I can pull this
What
up
year
real
was
quick.
this before you pull that up?
It don't matter because of my whole case. No, my case on this. No, this is my case on Steele. This is why it matter. Because as I'm saying, if he can get back to this, bro. If he can get back to this, I'm damn right when I say he's an 11. If he can get back to this. Hold on real quick. Let's just look at this, dog. Finish him. Look at this dude, and this is not when Zach Martin was declining. Man, look at that shit.
This is 4 years ago.
But this is why I said 11. I'm making my case. I'm talking about dunking grown men. dunking them, laying on them, taking them, raping them. Like, look at this, man. This is right beside Zach Martin. And look who getting that push on there. And Zeke just, man, come on, man. Perfect. I said 11, and I stand on it, God damn it. Now, watch this.
This is wild.
Watch this. Watch this. Look at this. Man, Pollard is gone. He is gone. And that was all Terrence Steele. What you mean? What you mean? Man, this is Boss Cam. Man, look at this, man. He dunked that man. Let's go. Finish him. So when I say 11, I mean it. And I think he can get back to this. Now, because look at that. He dunked this man's head in the ground, bruh. Watch this one. Watch this one. Watch it. Watch it. Get out of here, little man. What? Man, whatever, man. I'm showing y'all. These are 11s. Watch him dunk this man on his head. Yaka! Look at this. Yaka! Man, what we talking about, man? Man, this is Boss Cowboy. Don't you ever in your life try me. You hear me?
You gotta snap some collars and let you gotta take them out anytime you feel like it. You gotta get the ground beneath your feet, partner. Get the wind behind your back and go out in the blaze if you got to.
Wow. You my brother, content brother. I want you to know this. Hold on. I want you to know this. I have secondhand embarrassment from that shit right there. Like,
I know what you're gonna say. That's 4 years ago.
That was years ago, bro.
Hey, I know that's 4 years ago. I know. And that's why I said if he. That's why I said if he healthy. Okay, hold on real quick, landlord. If he healthy, he not 11.
No, you just did your whole highlight reel. No, it's my time. Hell no. You just made all this whooping and hollering, screaming and shit, showing the highlight reel. No, this is my time now.
Wait, no, that's not your time. My mic is louder than yours.
I don't care. No, it's my turn now. This is boss land. This is joint.
All right, go. All right, go.
All right, it's my turn. You talking about all that shit 4 years ago. You could do the same thing for Zach Martin. And I'm done. Drop the goddamn mic.
Hold on real quick. Hold on. This is my point, landlord. You done broke your camera. I done got you so animated. You done broke your damn camera. So listen, all right.
The same thing. Pull up Zach Martin 4 years ago.
I just did, and that's my point. So this is going to what Henny asked. He said, "What do you?" No, you asked. One of y'all asked. I said, "If healthy." I said I'm grading Terrence Steele at an 11. Bro, that was healthy Terrence Steele.
You remove
on run blocking. I can't say that. I can't say that.
You're removing space and time. You can't do that.
Yeah, no, I can. Cause listen,
no, you can't.
Listen, man. I think certain ailments take time, bruh.
Do you think his knee is the same, boss?
I think his. I don't know.
Can I say this? Because in the midst of y'all arguing,
this is amazing to me. Come on, bro.
What, that you losing?
Hold on.
How you? Why you so mad at my grade? This my grade. This ain't yours. Why you mad at my grade? You gave your grade. Why you mad at mine?
I'm just tripping off how you just did a highlight reel tape and then you screaming
got everybody still turned
and then on top of that,
because it was turned up, dog. Man, I finna show what? Man, you finna see it again now. I ain't finna do you like that, bro.
You got it, bro. This is. I got secondhand embarrassment, bro. Like you just lost.
How's that embarrassing, bro? What you mean?
Same thing to you, bro.
Hold on.
No, I was just showing you why I gave the man an 11, bro. That's all I was trying to show you.
But look at your chat, man.
All I gotta say, you could have showed
the chat with me. My chat over here like boss telling the truth. Except Tyreek, the only one going against me right now.
You could have showed something from last year. Terrence Steele finished 13th in run blocking last year. You could have just showed something. You didn't have to go back in time to Cedric Wilson.
Yes, I did.
That man don't even play football.
Cause see, listen, y'all not gonna try to fight me and both of y'all wrong, because what I said was, if healthy, I'm putting that man at 11.
If was a fifth, will I be what?
I mean, so, and on top of that, I believe Solari had a lot to do with the downturn, as well as Mike McCarthy play caller. I want to see him behind these coaches and this play caller. And this boy Terrence Steele is going to be an 11. Mark my words.
But Tyler Smith was an all-pro with these same.
It didn't hinder everybody.
And that's my point. My point is this.
Hold on, wait. Because every time somebody starts talking, you just jump in. Let me go. Cooper Beebe played well as a rookie with this same coach. So I understand, like, maybe the coach wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but it didn't stop everybody. Like, Cooper Beebe was fine. He graded out fine. Tyler Smith was fine. Like, we've had good.
Tyler Smith wasn't fine.
Tyler Smith played good football last year. Man.
He wasn't the same Tyler Smith.
No, Tyler Smith was fine last year.
But was he the same gangster Tyler Smith? Tell the truth.
No. How long has Laurie been here?
No, answer the question. Was he the same?
How long was Solari here?
A year.
He's been here multiple years. He only been here 1 year.
Right.
Okay, I'll give you. I'll listen. What about the year before that then? Why was Terrence still not good in 2023? Are we gonna blame every single coach? Every time that Terrence Steele doesn't play.
See, y'all want to fight. I see what's going on.
Question.
Y'all just want to fight. That's all you about. That's all you two want to do is fight. That's it.
Hey, listen. This
you don't want to listen.
Did Solari get his ass out there and play for Terrence Steele and get all those holding calls and give up those sacks? If not, then I can't give that much to just coaching.
All right.
Because other offensive linemen on this team have excelled.
Well,
with multiple different coaches, they have excelled.
Let me give y'all my rule when it comes to coaching. Tell me if you feel this, landlord. This is my rule. I wrote this in my book.
And we never gonna get through the rest of these topics. We
not. We messed up everything.
I'm loving this though.
Yeah. Because you just want to fight. That's what you want to fight.
Nah, bro. Nah.
No. Here we go. No, let me say this real quick. Just real quick. I'm gonna be quick.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be quick.
I don't want you to paint the narrative like landlord just want to fight. I'm gonna tell you why I did that. But go ahead.
No, you good, bro. You know. Hey, I like this too. Cause see, I already said we see this different. You know what I'm saying? And when we see stuff different, we fight. That's what happens on this show. True or false?
Natural fights, though.
Yeah, true or false? Because I started noticing we was seeing it different. Like when we was giving our grades, I was like, I see it different. And I think Terrence Steele gonna be restored back to the old Terrence Steele this year. I believe that.
I believe you believe that, boss. But the only reason I'm giving you so much pushback is because we just seen Terrence Steele in his second year, boss.
I know what you're saying.
We just seen that.
No, I know what you mean.
If we was coming out 1 year after the ACL, I'd be like, cool, got you, boss. I'm gonna wait with you.
Nah.
I hear you.
No, you're right. And you very logical on that, bro. No, you logical.
Years, bro.
You right.
I still supposed to be waiting on you?
No.
I can't do that no more.
No.
I can't do that no more.
No, you right on that.
That's where I'm coming from.
No,
that's why
and you right on that.
That's why I had so much resistance, because I seen you in year 2 after that injury, and I still wasn't pleased.
No, I'm with you.
That's what I'm coming at, bro.
And this is my only pushback. It's it. 3 things: bad play calling, put them on their heels early, right? Wasn't good for his knee. Then number 2, Solari, the whole group went down. Everybody know that I do content, got a book. And in my book, I say, if a player is playing bad, you blame that player, you hold that player accountable. But if the whole group is not playing as good as they used to, look at the coach. The whole group struggled. The whole group. So that made me look at Solari. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying with these coaches, if I don't see no massive rebound out of Steele and Tyler Guyton, I am majorly concerned, because now they have everything, bro. They got the coaching, they got the years, they ain't got no injuries that we supposed to be concerned about. I agree with you on that, landlord. You right on that too.
I felt like I gave him enough time, boss.
No,
That's
you right
all
on
this
that.
fight was about, bro.
No,
Real
you right.
talk.
And on that, you right for sure. That I shouldn't be talking about an injury as a concern. That's what you're saying, and you right on that.
We could have avoided all of that.
But you know I like to fight too, bro. So sometimes I'm gonna fight you for nothing. Just know that.
I see.
Just know that. And in the end, I'm gonna tell the truth and say you right. But in the beginning, I'm gonna throw some punches anyway, bro. That's me.
Hey, I'm a fighter like that too.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm gonna just throw hands just for the hell of it. But in the
Sometimes you
end,
fight
I'm gonna come around to
shit.
what you said because what you saying is true. You can't use 2 years as an excuse for him not playing. I agree with that.
And to your point on what he was last year, so we were just talking about that. 7 penalties, 9 sacks allowed, but he was one of the highest graded run blockers in the league last year. He was 13th among all tackles.
Right.
Oh,
So
nine sacks. I know we threw the ball a lot, bro, but come on, bro.
He was god awful in pass pro, and to Boss's point, like they did line up on his side, the
best,
and everything.
The best.
At the same time, though, if you're in the National Football League, that happens because a lot of teams have 10 sack guys, and he didn't hold up all too well. And remember, this is not the quarterback's blind side. So Dak Prescott, even with his ability to mitigate some of it, with everybody's ability to see it, he still was getting his ass whooped like that. So I'll say Terrence Steele is who Terrence Steele is. He's never going to be somebody you write home about in pass pro. But if you're a run first team, you'll probably be in love with Terrence Steele.
I disagree.
Man, how many?
I don't think
that man said 9 sacks, bro. Now I know we threw the ball an alarming amount of times, so I give y'all that.
Exactly.
But 9 sacks and 7 penalties, sir.
That's 16 negative plays.
Yeah. It's gonna be way under that this year.
But I also say this:
it's gonna be less than half.
Maybe we run the ball more, but
that's
I also
the point.
This is my question to you though, because this is something that I looked into when it came to Brian Schottenheimer. And this is like a general question before we segue. How many carries on a season would it take for you to consider somebody a lead back?
Oh man,
no, answer the question because it's gonna differentiate between what a committee is and what a lead back is. How many carries do you think it takes to be a lead back in a system? Is this a general question?
All right,
Landlord, I know.
No, I'm gonna answer this. Hold on.
Landlord, what's yours?
So I'm gonna say
like
15 times about 17. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna do the math on it real quick. 15, because you want about 15 carries to be a lead back, 17 games. So 255.
Said 250,
okay.
300, somewhere up in there.
All right, so he had that in Seattle. We don't look at Chris Carson like that. Chris Carson had over 250 carries his first year with him. He had 270 plus carries his second year.
Mm-hmm.
The only time they did running back by committee was when Chris Carson was hurt. He had a bad foot injury, made him miss 4 games and hindered his physical ability the entirety of the games he played. And that was the one year they want to run first team. So the one year that you could say that they did a committee is the one year they didn't run the damn ball at all. They were like 19th in overall attempts. Russell Wilson was the second leading rusher on that team. He had the second most attempts and yards. The quarterback.
I'm gonna tell you what's happening with Henny right now. I'm gonna give y'all a clue what's happening with Henny. See, Henny done did all this research on Brian Schottenheimer, and it's like a preacher. When they start studying, they'll start go ahead telling you the sermon before it happened. That's next week's show, Henny. So
it plays into this though.
Okay.
We talk about Terrence Steele.
Okay.
Right.
So you was leading up to something. My bad.
Yeah, you're good because we were talking about if we run the ball more, right? Terrence Steele will look better.
Yeah, he will. He will.
It's a cause and effect because the last time that Brian Schottenheimer tried to call with a committee, they threw the shit out the ball. Like they did not run the ball when they had a committee. That's my point.
Okay.
One of these dudes is going to have to be that because I'm even go back to the Jets. This man had somebody he gave the ball to 240, 250 times.
I see what you're saying.
Be successful committee. That's all I'm saying. Like I understand it could work, but I'm just saying for Brian Schottenheimer specifically in his career, over the course of him being a play caller, that's not been what he's been successful at. Like Chris Carson was going for 1,200, 1,300 yards as a lead back. The only thing held Chris Carson up was injuries.
Okay, I'm gonna push back just a little bit.
Go right ahead. It was all about open dialogue, bro.
He been ready to fight all day. He told you he want to fight us.
Nah,
He might say something I agree with.
I'm just messing
We'll
with
see.
him, bro. Go ahead.
Brian Schottenheimer also admitted that it was only 30% of his offense with Seattle.
Correct.
So sometimes these coaches are running a system that's not theirs. So I'm not sure if that's Brian, to your point. You feel me? That's 30% of Brian. We go get the full Brian now. So the perfect segue into this. Me, Landlord, and Henny, we doing a deep dive on Brian Schottenheimer next week. We gonna really break him down. We got so many clues that I can't wait that we gonna really, because I think a lot of people seeing him wrong. I think they seeing his scheme wrong. I think they selling what's not gonna be that's not gonna happen. But he's talked enough to put it together. So we gonna put it together next week. That's gonna be a dope show. But y'all already know.
Walk up in the life. Yeah, I'm really him.
Let's go.
Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really.
That topic took so long because of Henny and Landlord, man. Them boys like to fight me, bro. We supposed to have been off that topic about 30 minutes ago.
Hey, I'll take the blame.
But that's, hey, real talk though.
It's good though. I'm glad
Real
that
talk
you
though.
pushed like
Real talk. We supposed to have talked about Tyler Guyton, but it segued to Steele. Then it segued to a fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how we do. That's why I say our fights be real on here, bro. It's crazy.
Facts.
But going back to him, George Pickens got his number. So Landlord, as an ex-receiver, what's your thoughts on that?
On the number?
Yeah, number 3.
I think it's a decent number, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that was his first choice. I would like to know. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
I'm just a little, interested in
Yeah,
seeing was that his first choice.
Yep. Why? Now you got to say why. Now you can't do that. That's a good tease. You got to tell us why.
Because it might be a little politics involved in them. You know what I'm saying? He might not be being treated with the proper respect that you go and trade for a star and bring him on your team. You know what I'm saying? We need to be trying to get him to show him that we welcoming him with open arms.
You want
know what I'm saying?
answers?
Like, we want him to feel like, hey, I found a home. You know what I'm saying? We want to welcome him with open arms and not with no conflict. We don't want to meet him with no conflict. So I think that would have been a good show of faith if we would have been like, okay, let's get him the number he want. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not too hard. Like, the two numbers that he played under, one he played under in Georgia, and then 14 he played in Pittsburgh. So I feel like them would have naturally been in the two choices unless he wanted a clean slate and just wanted to start over and build a new legacy for himself. Because that was very possible too. So we'll have to see. I might need to see what number he was in high school. That might be where the 3 come from. So let's see.
And he played at Hoover, so you have to look.
Yeah.
I mean, of course you know.
Yeah, I do.
Two a days. This is how I feel. I'm glad it's out the way. It's better than 13. I feel 13. I'm not superstitious, but last people that had 13 been injured. Michael Gallo had 13. He stayed hurt. Overshown had 13. He stayed hurt. So I'm glad that he out of 13. My only pushback to what Lynn said about, getting the proper respect about the number, the more I looked into it, the less I felt bad for the man. Like, hell, Deion Sanders was already an All-Pro. He was already a Super Bowl champion. He was already primetime Deion. When he came to the Dallas Cowboys, he had to buy the number 21 from a 4th-round rookie. He gave the boy a Beamer. to get the number 21 from him, right? Cam Newton could not even get his college number because the third string quarterback had it and tried to charge him $1 million for the number. You know what I'm saying? So better people, better prospects, better people than George Pickens have walked through the door, and they had to show the proper respect for the people already in the locker room. I know that you're this big guy over there, but you still show the owners as a man to come out there and say, "Hey, I want the number. I'm gonna give you something for it." That's usually how they let that play out and resolve itself. Hell, Eli Manning had to send his kicker on a vacation to get number 10 as a rookie. So all I'm saying is this: if all these former players, all these former Hall of Famers who had more skins on the walls or were better or higher touted prospects coming in had to do that to get their number, George Pickens, you ain't special. If prime time gotta give up a beamer, you want 14 bad enough, man. You can send my boy Marquise Bell about 40 bands. Like, hell, matter of fact, Ashton Genty, they said that he gave his kicker like 100 bands to get number 2. He a top 10 pick.
He wore number 1 at Hoover. So he was 1 at Hoover and at Georgia.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about it. I'm sure that behind closed doors they could do something about it, but from what I've seen, if everybody else doing it and that's league wide, Jerry, you might be overstepping your boundaries doing that shit.
What you mean?
Let man be man. Like, I'm a grown ass man. I wish a nigga would take something from me. I don't give a damn if it's just a jersey.
You was doing good till you said that, man. I couldn't fight you till you said that.
No, for real. Because
you opened up your chin once. I couldn't fight you on nothing you said until that last statement.
The statement before the last, I agree with though.
Yeah, I agree with everything until you said that last thing.
When he said it could be something that could be done. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It could be done, bro.
But should it be done is the question. If that's not how it's handled anywhere else, even in Dallas when we were winning championships, that's not how that was handled. So I don't want that to be the standard here. We just up here snatching our veteran player jersey. They don't even handle that. If the number 2 overall pick can't come in and just demand a jersey, what made George Pickens so damn special?
Because we did it to Cedric Wilson for Michael Parsons.
Also, to push back on that, Cedric Wilson was number 1 in college. They were moving to that was the first year they were able to have single digits as a wide receiver. He wanted number 1 any damn way. The only thing they guaranteed him was that he would get it. But
what happened was on draft day, before those numbers was real signed, they said, what's going to happen with 11? And you know what Jerry's answer was? Oh, we're going to worry about that. He going to get 11.
So that's all I'm saying. I'm saying that like
that's all. That's all I'm. See, that's why I said I was with you, and you was fair too. No, you was fair. You was fair all the way until you said, "I wish somebody would come in here and try to take my number." No, Jerry snatched that boy number.
Wanted 1 any damn way.
What that boy Bubba does say? Come here.
Matter of fact, what would Jerry have done if Cedric Wilson told him no? He probably would have cut Cedric Wilson. We would have went and get the CBA. And like hell, like once the number issued is yours. Like you technically can't. I'm just saying you technically can't. I know that you can, but you technically can't force it out there, mother.
All right, let's talk about this though. Yeah, see, I was about to say that we just did a whole show where we pretty much eloquently talked about how important the numbers are. So, I mean, I understand the righteousness that you're going off of, but some shit just ain't the same, bro. Like,
that's right.
You are you, and I'm me. I'm better. Give me the damn number.
And DM was better, and he still gave a 4th round pick a beamer for the number. So I'm saying, if it was that big of a deal, George Pickens would have paid some money. I'm not going to sit here and talk about folks politic, and he ain't came out of pocket.
Can we be fair?
You don't know if he tried though, man.
Hold on.
And if he said no,
you ain't even keeping it real, dog.
Did I not tell you that Cam Newton couldn't get his number because the dude tried to charge $1 million? Or the
you ain't keeping it real right now,
I kept it 1,000 because they could tell you.
You kept it about 50.
I don't think he thinking about the other aspects.
He not.
Okay.
He tripping.
This is what I'm gonna say. you named several occasions where this stuff happened, and it was like a teeth pull to get it done, right?
Yeah. Get him, Land.
Do you not know how many times that it wasn't though?
Thank
you know
you.
what I'm saying? That
it's highlighted.
I know because stuff don't get reported every single time.
Get him, Land.
Like you got it. You got these prominent players who went through stuff. You know why it probably was newsworthy? Because it's usually not. It's usually not that hard to do. That's probably why they like, oh, Dion had to go through all of this, because usually it shouldn't be that hard to get your damn number, bro. That's probably why it was all newsworthy. So I just want you to understand, it's a whole lot of other occasions where the shit just happened. Get out the way, little dude. You must don't know who I am.
That's right.
Like, why you don't give me? I just take it then, little nigga.
But see,
That
but
ain't
you
how they
said,
put it,
but
you know,
I know what you mean.
But the thing is, and I think you said it best, Landlord. I wish we knew what Pickens wanted, because that would really tell us. Because right now we spitting balling because we don't know what he wanted.
Yeah.
But if he I put it like this: if he wanted that one, in my opinion, he should have got one.
If he paid for it, I'm fine with it.
True.
Because see, this is because see, because this is the case that Henny trying to make. He making the case that it's just capitalism, that it's a free market, that they work it out as men. I don't think it worked like that all the time.
A lot of times though, like they're too. Listen, we got too many examples of it going. Like, I understand what Land is saying, but what everybody, but what a lot of the players say, because everybody has podcasts now. You got to talk that shit out with the equipment manager. Y'all gonna come to agreement. It is what it is. Like, it's your jersey. Matter of fact, at one point, you know, you used to have to buy the excess amount of jerseys before you can even switch numbers.
Yeah, but check this out though. We just seen a good example here, and we ain't even thinking about it.
Who?
Remember Jerry said riding number wasn't going nowhere.
He said riding number wasn't going nowhere.
He said it couldn't go nowhere, and he don't care what nobody said. He said that the other year. And we was like, Jerry, you should let Overshawn get 0, bro. You tripping. Did we not all say that? And Jerry was standing on it, bro. He was like, man, screw y'all, this riding number. He just said that. And guess what they did this year, Hen?
You got 0.
Had a whole gosh darn rollout for Overshawn. They had a press run for Overshawn getting 0. Being the first Dallas Cowboy to wear 0 when it was Roddy number.
Roddy ain't no real person, man. Roddy don't count. We speak of Roddy like he got a social security number.
I don't care nothing about Roddy. But I'm just saying, like, what Jerry did.
Is that Jerry got up off that, basically?
Yeah. Jerry was like, nobody's getting 0. He said that, bro. He had an interview saying that. Like, and he stood on it. Then next year, come around, Overshawn has 0. Like,
and that's where I got to be honest and say, Landlord just won the debate on you, Hen.
Ain't nothing to win because I got facts.
It wasn't really no debate. It's just a discussion, man. But I just wanted him to see it from the other aspect. A lot of those things got reported. I bet you a lot of them didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being fair.
Yeah, man. So my big thing is this. This is my big thing. My big thing is what you said, Landlord, is I want to make sure that we don't have the our guys philosophy even on Pickens. That's the main thing that I'm concerned about. So
yeah,
maybe it was nothing. Maybe it's like Hen said, that it was men that needed to work it out, right? It could be just like what Hen said.
That's fair.
But it's one of those things I'm keeping my eye open. That's all. I'm just keeping my eye open. And I don't want to.
That's about giving the reputation, bro.
That's
we
right.
Got PTSD.
That's right. That's right.
At the Cowboy, like, we know y'all.
That's right.
Why? Hey, we gonna make the Cowboys clap their hands. If they come in our house, they gotta clap their hands until we come back from down upstairs.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure they ain't stealing that. You know
right.
what I'm saying? We just don't trust you. We don't
right.
trust you.
We don't trust you.
But that's why I look at it the opposite than y'all do. If every other organization has a story about it playing out like the way they said, of folks coming in having to go and pay for their jersey, work it out with their teammate, just to show that there is no favoritism. Like, hey, just because you this top guy, we already assigned this jersey, you work it out, like that is like fair. That is not showing favoritism. Like, everybody has their own number. If you want that number, work it out with him and buy the motherfucker. Like, that's how that's the story.
Oh, hell no!
Oh, you gonna let me finish the damn thing, button master? No! God damn!
See here,
like,
right?
Y'all
though, that's the best definition of being fair. But like, the only reason it could be a pushback on that if they ever did it for anybody else. That's
and they did. That's why I hit that button on your ass.
Hell no!
Because they did it.
And nobody else.
So you can just go.
Deion Sanders better than everybody you name. I don't give a damn.
No, of course that.
Okay then. So that's
no, there ain't no K then. This is the see you see. No, you debate me. See, you see. No. Come on back. You can leave. I'm gonna whoop him behind his back. This is how you whoop people behind their back. See, this is what Hen tried to do. Hen say, if you can look around the league and see other teams having to work it out that way, then that's likely happening with you. But you can't do that with the Cowboys because you see them work it out different on numbers.
True.
And that's my point. So it's like, yeah, man, no. When Michael was picked, before Cedric had an option of being able to get number 1, they already said, oh, no, that 11 is you. And Jerry said it.
It's hard to argue that, right?
I can't argue when he sat on the podium and said it. So, nah, bro. So, no, landlord, we are within our rights to keep our eyes open for politics. Yes.
Yeah. Because I don't know if y'all understand why we so paranoid with the politics, because that could hinder your team, bro.
That's right.
Real talk. Like, politics is the reason why Tony Pollard didn't get used. You know what I'm saying? In his first couple of years, why he didn't get enough burn. Why Amari Cooper only got single-digit targets in a playoff game. This is the reason that we want to prevent this politics stuff so bad. Because it can hinder our team. It really just can screw up a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff.
That's
and
right.
We don't want to give them no leeway to do that, bro.
That's right.
We
That's
want the best players to play, and we want it to be fair. I don't care if somebody, like, just like this tight end stuff, if Brett Spanford come out here and hoop better than Ferg, his ass better be playing before Ferg. It is what it is. Like, don't y'all want the best man to win? That's the complete definition of fairness. That's the complete definition. I don't want Ferg to be starting if he ain't the best tight end on the field. I'm sorry. No, I like Ferg. Y'all know I was a big Ferg fan. But, hey, if he's not the best tight end, I need that guy on my team. It's team first, bro. You want the best players to get the best opportunities to help this team. It is what it is.
Better stay in your lane, your little bitty.
That's where football is to me. Like, it's competition, and the best man need to win. That's how you have the best team and the best product on the field.
Well, I agree with you on competition. I 100% agree with you on competition. But we talk about the politics behind the numbers. And it's politics to just give George Pickens the number. That's politics. It's politics. It's politics in your favor, but it's still politics. You just go give George Pickens the number, and other players had to go about it a different way. It was politics when they gave Michael Parsons 11, right? But we agreed with it, so we ain't gonna say nothing about the politics.
It's big dogs. It's also the recognition of where you stand. Sometimes you got to know where you stand.
Sometimes you do got to know your place, though.
Sometimes you got to know your place.
Real talk.
This is Pickens, Tolbert. Yeah. This is Pickens.
You're right.
You didn't make enough plays. Give me your number 1. Your jersey ain't selling.
He led you in touchdowns last year. So, hey, Tolbert, hey, I'm going to need... Tell that nigga what color beans you like. Tell him what color beans you like and tell him to send it to your crib, dog.
So, look.
Get my beans, dog.
I'm with you on that hand, but look at this, though. You might be seeing one on the bench for all you know.
He probably is gonna be on the bench.
You might see one on the bench, bro. You talking about give him a beamer? When I could be making millions of dollars off of his jersey?
I like it when y'all fight.
It's not a fight. It's just the truth. We see it a different way.
Nah, yeah, because you wrong on this, man. You the one that's wrong. You wrong. You
are perpetrating the bull right now. You are wrong. You are wrong.
The big dogs eat first, dog. What are you saying, Henny? What the fuck wrong with you?
Had that been the case in every listen, if that was the case, I wouldn't have all these examples for your ass. Oh, so apparently they don't get to eat all the time. If Cam Newton ain't number 2,
and every one of them except for Cam.
Hey, but look,
except for Cam.
Crazy though. What if Jordan would have got traded to the Mavericks and he needed 23? you gonna be like, we can't do that for you.
Because it ain't fair. It ain't fair. Henny over here like, it ain't fair. If you don't get your ass out here talking about fair, life ain't fair. Get over it.
Bro, a fan would have came out there and removed 23 off of somebody back for MJ. Like, it has to happen.
Can you talk to him?
Did Deion Sanders do
Landlord, talk to Henny. He ain't listening.
Did Deion Sanders do that, balls? You keep talking about all these. Deion Sanders, the best football player I ever seen. He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't do it. He came out and he cashed out. Like a man supposed to.
Because he's the first bastard. What was he to Dallas? Tell the truth. What was he to Dallas? Was he the first bastard? Tell the truth.
Who came first, him or Charles Haley?
Nah, bruh. No, Haley wasn't no bastard. No. Okay. Deion was a bastard. Oh, see, people don't know. Hold on. Let me explain bastard because we got a lot of new people. Yeah, so bastards are outside free agents that Stephen Jones don't like. Okay, and Stephen Jones don't like. They're not our guys. So the very first guy after the cap was instated was Deion, bruh. And guess who had a problem with it? Steven, dog.
Try to fight his daddy.
He fought his daddy, jacked his daddy up. So you trying to act like, see, under normal circumstances, Deion shouldn't have to give away no goddamn beamer for 21, and you know it.
I don't know, guys. I got too many other stories.
Man, I can't, bro. I can't do it with this dude.
You gotta snap some collars and let.
I can't do it with you, dog.
Was it just Deion? Answer the question, boss. You doing all that yelling? Answer the question. Was it just Deion?
No, it wasn't just Deion.
Okay, then. So what you acting like? Why you act like I'm lying on these folks?
Well, no, because you're not exactly lying, but you kind of lying. No. You kind of twisted the truth. It's not like nefarious, as my brother would say. It's not like evil, but it low key is evil. How you doing it? Like, it's low key soft too, bruh. Like, are you over here like Deion? Yeah, he had to get, man, whatever it take to give Deion 21, you do it.
Okay, this is what I was over here doing right now. I was trying to research and make sure that he wasn't George Pickens III. That would have been, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, but, what you find out over there?
Shout out to Carl Maine, because Carl Maine, you know, he from Alabama too. And he was like, his pop's name has been GP3 on social media for a minute. So he said he might have picked it. So
yeah,
we don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
3 dope. No, 3 is a dope number.
His name is Carl Pickens.
3 is dope.
3 dope.
That's what kind of throw it off.
And to be fair, like, there was a veteran already wearing that number. So, you know, Dante Fowler had that number.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, bro.
What we saying, though, right?
Yes.
It kind of limit because we did it anyway. We just didn't do it too.
It depends on it.
Oh, it depends now. You see why I don't like Henny, bro? You see why I ain't like him? I don't like nothing from Arkansas because of you. Go ahead, my bad, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off. You just.
But you did though. So
but your hypocrisy just killing me right now, bro.
It's not, because we don't know the details behind how he got number 3 from Dante Fowler. We don't know if there was anything.
Now you got to know the details. Now you got to.
Did he give him something for 3 or not?
You see him, Landlord?
The exact shit I've been talking about.
He right,
You
though.
need to-
I see where he's coming from, but at the same time,
Did
it's
he
like,
give him something for 3 is the question.
Okay, listen. Okay, let me ask you this question here.
No, that
'cause
fake
this
laughing
finna be
ain't gonna help the
This
point.
gonna be funny right here. Listen.
I'm laughing for real, bro.
This
You
gonna be
funny.
funny here. Listen. So, do the fact that you don't know what happens, doesn't that qualify as politics? Because you don't know. You don't know. You don't know if they bought it or what. You don't know. So
Got a
now
point.
we can say he didn't do nothing. We can say
Whole
they
time.
didn't-
You're right, because they can see. We didn't pay him anything. We
That's what I'm
and whole
telling
time
you, bro.
could have gave him a brick of cocaine. You don't know.
Well, I say this. I say this about Fowler.
You gotta give us that one, bro. We don't know what happened, so it's basically the same thing.
It is. He ain't gonna admit that though.
I just said it. What the hell you talking about? Boss don't listen to me.
See, we just
Boss
gotta
be
talk this
yelling.
stuff out sometimes. We just gotta talk it out sometimes. It's basically the same thing, bro.
It is the same thing, but he ain't gonna admit it.
We don't
Then
know
I
what
just
went
said
on to get that number, so it's the same thing.
The thing I want to say though is this.
But you don't know what was paid for. You gotta say it's an unknown.
I do want to say this about Fowler though, because I know his dad. If anybody has the character to give up a number, it's Fowler. Because I'm gonna be honest, bro. I ain't giving up no 3. I'm not giving. You feel me?
Yeah.
It shows you. What it shows you that Fowler cares, dog.
Yeah, that one what it show.
What?
It showed
Okay.
Donovan Wilson gonna get cut. He gonna get his 6 back.
Carl Maine sent me the his.
So you just made that up.
Twitter. You heard?
Nah,
He
I
sent
was
me his
meddling.
top Twitter on here. It's George Pickens, and then he got hashtag GP3 on his handle. So, and this was before he picked 3.
Man, shout out to Fowler. This all I'm gonna say. Shout out.
Dante Fowler.
Shout
I
out to
still gotta
Fowler,
I
man.
still gotta get that man
You
jerseys.
see, this is I'm gonna tell you what's going on too. In my opinion, I ain't talked to his dad. This is me. This is the bastard sticking together too, bro. This is another. This is another bastard saying, bro, I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
I got you, big dog.
I got you, big dog. I know how I feel when you are outsider coming into Dallas. I'm gonna give you my number. You feel me? See, that's somebody who relating with the
Played out like
politics,
that,
dog.
that's real.
Huh?
It played out like that. That's real.
I bet you. I'm gonna get on the phone. I'm gonna find out. I ain't gonna never say the truth. I'll probably tell y'all, but I'm gonna find out. But I bet you. I bet you. Yeah, I'll keep that. I'll keep that. I'll keep that to myself. But
because
man, he looked out.
He gave him a couple. You know what I'm saying?
He looked out, bro. He did.
Some such and such.
Man, he gave him 3. 3, dog. 3. 1, 2, and 3 is dope. It started going downhill at 4.
When he's 6 with us
For
last
wide
time,
receiver.
the last time, Fowler. He was 6 here when
He was 56.
Oh, he was 56. I'm thinking about
He did have 56 before he switched to 6 in Atlanta, but still, they could have gave him at 6.
Yeah.
See now, that's another case for what Boss might have said. They might
See?
have had to stick together. Ain't no telling.
I bet you he was like, bruh, I already know what it is when you are outside free agent. They treat us different. I know you want to be dope. You know what I mean? I got you. I'm gonna make plays anyway. You know what I mean?
Listen, I think we can all agree. 13 went it, bro. I would have.
I was horrified
if he would have played with 13, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
If he played in 13, he would have got hurt week 1. That's the kind of Dallas Cowboy look it is.
Hey, and he didn't even. The main thing is he didn't want 13. That's the main thing. No, we working it out. He was telling people what he thought of 13. No, this is only temporary. He was telling people I ain't want no 13.
Yeah, because I told you he said that. Everybody talking about he wearing 13. I said, man, that man
he ain't want
said
that
it was
13.
temporary. Like, I don't think nobody else heard it for real.
That boy said, man, it's temporary.
That man said, this is temporary.
Temporary. All right. Now, this the topic I can't wait to talk about real quick. I'm gonna change the vibe.
What's up?
Let me change the vibe. OTAs, true comp or politics? True competition or politics? Will Schotty play the best players? Let me play this and we're going to start talking about these OTAs discussions because I really want to kind of get into that. And I think y'all are perfect too. This is what he said concerning some people in OTAs. Listen.
Nick Harris, Full Star Telegram. I want to ask about a couple of guys we've seen had good days. Miles Sanders on Thursday and Kyer Elam over the last couple of weeks. Both of those new additions. What have you seen from those guys in their respective?
So I'll start with Kyer. Obviously Florida Gator, first round draft pick. Sometimes it's just there's issues with fit, there's issues with different things, but the talent jumps off the film. We keep track of our players' speeds, each week to see who's hitting top speeds. And like I said, the one thing I'm most proud about is the way our guys run. Pre-snap, but more post-snap, the way they run and cover. And he's been consistently at the top of the skill guys on defense with his top speeds. I think he's really taking to the system, the coaching from DA and Andre. So I think he's in a really good spot. He's playing with a lot of confidence. But again, it's I guess we're June now. So yeah, we're June, but we're still in OTA football, and we're still limited with what we can do. And the defense does not have equal right to the football. That's the rule. And so the defense does not have equal right to the football.
He told you.
So yeah,
all,
we're June,
told you all you need
but we're still in OTA football, and we're still limited with what we can do. And the defense does not have equal right to the football. That's the rule. And so therefore DBs have to pull off. But from a confidence standpoint, he's doing great. And Miles, I don't know why anybody would be surprised with Miles' ability. Having been in the division and played against Miles when he was in Philadelphia, you talk about a guy that's a home run threat. You talk about a guy that's got incredible, just ability to hurt you running, catching the ball out of the backfield, all that stuff. Very smart, very bright. All the backs have been that way. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention they're both the right type of guy. They both fit into what we're trying to build as a culture from a work ethic standpoint. They both bring veteran leadership, a little bit different. Miles is a little older than Kyer, but Kyer's, father, played. So he understands the life of professional football. And so two very exciting guys that we've added to the roster, amongst many other.
So what do y'all believe in OTAs and what do you don't? I'm going to tell you what I don't.
Well, this is my feeling about it. You ain't gonna learn nothing in OTAs, man. You out there getting cardio and you getting to know your teammates and your coaches. That's what OTAs is basically is, man. You ain't finna go out here and listen. You ain't got no pads on. So listen, if you're not hitting and you're not running and you're not really in a position as a defensive player to be allowed to make plays, let the ball is basically directly thrown to you, what are you learning? Like we're up here trying to have linebacker competition. How do we know which linebackers are good if they can't go run and hit? If they can't go fill the gap? If they can't go sack the quarterback?
Bang.
How do I know that? We up here got 50,000 injuries to the cornerback room. Trayvon Diggs is injured. Javon Revel is injured. Butler is injured. Everybody and their mama's hurt at the cornerback room. Somebody got to step up and be able to play and make plays week one. I don't know who that's going to be until they get equal rights to the football like he was talking about.
Thank you.
When I see somebody able to attack the ball midair and come down with a spectacular catch, where they were able to get PBUs and go out there and actually be athletes, then I'll be ready to talk about, competition. This ain't what that is right now, man. You're just getting initiated basically into the culture that the coaching staff is trying to build. You're out there with your teammates. You're learning some of the stuff in the playbook. You might be learning some language and stuff like that, but you're not really competing, dog. That's why he said their goal is to hold the best practice allowed by the NFL day in and day out. That's it. Your practice. They ain't got. Listen, if you don't got to wear a cup for the stuff they doing, you ain't really playing football. You ain't really playing football.
Yeah.
So listen, especially running back. Like
Exactly.
I bet Miles Sanders do look good in some shorts and the cleats with the little bitty spike.
The screw.
Yeah, like he probably like he's 20 years old out there. That's not the case when you got linebackers, meeting you in the A gap. That's not the case when the defensive tackle gets penetration and now you got to make a jump cut and change the course of the run that you had. That's not the case when you're trying to hold up the pass pro against one of these premier defensive ends. It's just not the same until you have a contact, man. So no, we're not gonna learn anything. Like they chilling, they parlaying. That's it.
The only thing, well, you really can't judge anything. You got to take everything with a grain of salt right now. Even the quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you can judge his decision making or ball placement, but I mean, it's really difficult to really get some real evaluation out of this. Like he said, they don't have equal rights to the football. That says a whole lot, bro. Like, so you mean to tell me that the best thing you could probably judge off of is the DB being in the right position, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to DBs and evaluating them, the biggest problem or the biggest thing I'm trying to evaluate is them with the ball in the air. So I mean, that's what matters the most to me, almost, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of DBs panic when the ball in the air. So like, you could be there, but if I can't tell what you're gonna do when the ball get there, then it's kind of useless. So, and obviously we've seen DBs be in position all the time and just screw it up when the ball get thrown. So you really can't get no judgment off of that. And the same thing for wide receivers, they making all these spectacular catches. Don't take it too much. You might be able to see some separation, you know what I'm saying? Separation from the wide receiver as far as the compared to the DB. But when the ball thrown, just throw it out the window. As far as running backs, nobody is hitting nobody. So that means the lineman ain't blocking. That means, you know what I'm saying? The holes ain't real. Ain't nothing real. The linebackers ain't threatening nobody. It's just a walkthrough, basically. So
the running backs always look good in OTAs.
You can't judge
every
nothing,
time.
basically. It's really just a dress rehearsal, and it's like a walkthrough, really. It's just a walkthrough. They probably just trying to get some formations down, or, you know what I'm saying, see what they like with the different combination of players and personnel and stuff like that. But it's not nothing really like football, or things that's going to translate into the game necessarily. Because just like he said Booker ain't getting all the 1 reps. Do you think that's going to happen in the season, sir?
No, of course not.
Come on, man. So this stuff really it's just for show, probably. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let me tell you what I think about these OTAs. Because I do think it's some positions you can judge in OTAs. I think you can judge skill positions. Because you mostly play skill positions with your feet and your hands anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if it's anything that I always try to pay attention to and I listen for, is when they're really competing between the weapons and the defenders in passing situations. I do listen for that because that's because you really competing. You are, even in OTAs. Now, what I didn't like. Oh, let me say this before I say what I didn't like. Everywhere else, I don't think you getting a real feel. So saying stuff like Jay running with the ones, okay. You know, Miles Sanders looked like he looked so much better than okay. See, now I'm like, all right, I ain't listening to that. And then also, I don't trust other people's eyes. I don't. Like, just think about it. This is real. Y'all see Landlord, Henny, and me sometimes see things different, and we all looking at the same thing. Now, I trust both of their integrity greatly. I just don't trust their eyes, because it's not that they seeing it wrong, but it's a chance they could, or it's a chance I could. You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all, I don't know if y'all remember, we was all watching the same film 2 weeks ago. Me, Landlord, Wes, and Henny. It was one play. all of us were saying, man, I like that play from Cooks. And Henny was like, no, it was Land. He was like, no, he picked the wrong. And we was looking at the same play.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't trust people's eyes. You know what I mean? So
yeah, just the same way. Like if you tell me you saw something, I still gotta go see it for myself.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just keeping it real.
Same way we looked at it different with Nick Chubb because we were looking for different things.
Right. And we saw it different because we was looking for different things. Right.
Yeah, I was looking for a 3-down back. Y'all was looking for a power back in the committee.
That's it. And when we finally heard each other, we saw why we was missing each other. You know what I'm saying? So now this is what I'm gonna say about OTAs too, that I didn't like what Brian said. And I ain't gonna never lie, man. Why are we practicing where the defense don't have equal rights to the football?
He said it's a rule.
I know.
It's the collective
It's an
bargaining
NFL rule. I hate the fact
that's
that
the NFL.
Yes, it's a rule.
They implemented that for the OTAs.
The player association is going crazy. They going wild. They taking everything away.
That was in the last collective bargaining. Matter of fact, I think about it. I think it's been that way for like 2 years now.
I hate the NFL, bro.
So that's why when he talks, he counting down the days to padded practice. Every time he talks,
right?
Like
and he is. Thank you. I'm glad we had this talk, bro.
He want to know too. He a football guy. You know he got to be hidden. You know he got to be in pads.
Okay. See, thank you. See, you helped me, bro. Because I was finna be mad at Brian, bro.
Yeah, it's a rule. It's a rule.
That's the collective bargaining now. You can't. They don't want. There were injuries in OTAs, and some of the guys that were trying to play and get contracts that year. So they made sure to include that. Like, hey, we ain't doing shit in OTAs. Basically, it's gonna be basically like a walkthrough.
What kind of practice where you tell the defender he don't have an equal right to the ball?
That's useless to me.
See, that's big government, man. That's regulations, bro. That's that. Get out the way, NFL. On that?
No, that's the players. That's the players. They requested this. They requesting this.
Man, that's soft as hell, bro.
That's the players.
Listen, when money is involved, all it takes is for one dude to feel like he missed out on a bag
What the fuck is that?
Of an injury in OTA. That's all it took. Couple guys going down before contract is. That's all it took.
I hate that shit, bro. I hate that, bro. Cause like, how do I practice getting the interceptions if I gotta pull up when Dak throw a D ball?
They gonna tell you to do it on the jugs machine.
No, hey, you're allowed to pick it if it comes to you, because that's why Damone Clark got a pick 6 off of
if it comes to you.
If it comes to you. And that listen.
That's soft as hell.
Hey, this is what I'm gonna say. This is no disrespect to Joe. This is no disrespect to Joe Milton, because they said he made some plays. But if you're throwing pick 6s in OTAs, that sort of concerns me. They can't. They ain't supposed to get no picks.
What the fuck is that?
You telling them to pull up and they getting picks.
What the fuck is that?
Picks, you got pick 6 in OTAs, and they ain't
the NFL told y'all to pull up. And they still getting picks.
You gotta snatch some collars and let
how perfect control of Damone Clark that man had a pick 6.
We do gotta understand that it's a balance between safety and production. You know what I'm saying? Actual practicing. And that's a hard battle, because like they looking at it like, man, if I get hurt out here, now I can't be there for the season. But us as fans, we looking at it like, man, if you don't practice, you won't be good in the season. You know what I'm saying? You won't
Sugar
be
Daddy
good.
comment up there. I don't mean to cut you off, Lynn, but put Sugar Daddy's up there, because he's right. There is only 14 padded practices.
Damn, that's even during the season.
Yeah, during the season, you only get 14 padded practices. That's why training camp's so damn important.
Bro. How the hell you got less padded practices than games? That's insane.
Shout out to Brandon Vegas for the $4.99 for your mind. He said it began in 2010 CBA when they were fighting concussion lawsuits.
That's insane, man.
And it got crazier since then.
How you don't have it? How you got less padded practice? I mean, less padded practices than actual games.
Actual games. They're gonna be weeks. You go into. You must ain't listen. You must ain't gonna have no padded practice for like the Carolina Panthers.
First 3 weeks. For the sorriest opponents, we ain't
sorry opponents. You gonna circle sorry opponents? You got like we ain't practicing this week.
Now you gonna get smacked when you go out there. Like that.
You
gonna get
laughing,
surprised and got whooped.
No, you laughing. That probably is why some of these upsets do happen. They didn't practice hard at all before that game because they couldn't.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage to defense. As a defensive player my whole life, bro. When I heard Brian say that, I say, what? And now I'm finding out that that's an NFL rule, bro. That is. All right, I got to brag, though. I'm going to brag on Landlord, Henny, and me, damn it.
Let's do it.
I want to brag. My boy Henny, we were talking about Bateman, right? Bateman got that extension. First of all, they got Bateman for a damn good deal, didn't he?
Yeah.
For the wide receiver market, the only way you could argue it wasn't a good deal is like, well, he never had 800 yards, but he had a damn good year last year. He had a damn good year last
year. You just got to turn on the film on Bateman. If you look at stats, you go miss him, bro. You go totally miss him, dog. That's because he's in a heavy run first team.
Facts.
And a heavy 12 personnel team. If you put him on any team that throw the ball with a quality quarterback, that's a 1,300 yard dude with ease.
That's why you be missing the boat so much.
Stats.
You know what I'm saying? People just go off the stats and be like, he ain't never did that. And then next time you know, he go to a better team and now he a 1,400 yard receiver.
Yeah.
Because you didn't actually watch him. You didn't watch him.
Yeah. And I saw somebody say Bateman and Tolbert's stats about the same. Bob kicked the internet.
Bruh, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. No, don't do that. No,
I swear to God, I can show you right now. Marcus Mosher was like, man, Tolbert, if you look at the stats. I said, man, what the man, don't you talk about no stats with them dudes.
That's why certain people shouldn't be talking in this level of football, to be, in my opinion, real talk. Because
man, you turn on that film, bro. Bateman
do that and be wrong. You know what I'm saying? When you just do the stat analysis, you can make some people look like other people if you just go straight off the numbers. So I mean, that's a very lazy comparison right there.
But this is where I want to brag, because when we was researching Bateman, the chat, Henny, and myself all came down with what was going on with the Ravens, and you know what I mean. So shout out, it show you the power of independent research, because we was looking at Bateman film, but then it turned into trying to figure out,
could we get him? And then we put together that it was a fight over money, right? We started looking at his Instagram, all of that. So now I just want to shout out to the chat, because the chat had a lot to do with that, because they was leading us down those clues. Remember, Henny?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to the chat, man. I want to brag on that, to the chat, to Henny. I don't know if you was on that film session, Landlord.
Oh, I was there when we looked at Bateman.
Okay.
Me and you looked at them separately too.
Who, me and you?
Yeah.
Somebody say, please don't show that Tolbert film anymore. Exactly, bro. It's like, how could anybody put Tolbert and Bateman in the same sentence, bro? Like, how?
They ain't watching the show.
Ain't no way you watched them. It's just ain't no way. If you turned on you look at Bateman, I was shocked. Hey, when y'all turned me on Bateman, I was shocked.
Yeah, we put you on Bateman.
You did. Y'all put me on Bateman.
We seen them first.
Yeah.
Then we watched them together on Boss Lane.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Man.
So we were telling you, we was like, man, Bateman nice for real.
And when both of y'all said he was nice, I said he got to be nice, because that was the time we was looking for wide receiver too, and I knew y'all wouldn't co-sign no bullshit.
Yeah,
I knew it. So when both of y'all was like, he nice, I said, let me see, bro. And I didn't walk in there like, I walked in there like,
ooh.
Ooh.
Boy, that got some burst though.
That route running was
man. It's the route running, bro. All right, it's another thing I want to brag about in these film sessions. Now we got to brag on this.
What's up?
Ben Johnson message to DJ Moore about bad body language. Told him just don't do it. Where did y'all hear that? Who was the people that was saying, man, DJ Moore lazy? Who was saying that?
Yeah, we sure said.
We were saying that from the film, bro. Now, we were saying what a lot of people were scared to say, though. Even though it was right there in your face. People got so hype on the name of DJ Moore, they wasn't looking at what he was doing. I said, this dude is lazy, dog. And the head coach said what we said, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I might have to wrap it up. Yeah.
Oh, let's go there.
In the morning, man.
Me too, bro.
If y'all want to hold it down.
No. I got one more thing to brag about. We can get up out here.
No lie.
One more thing to brag about. See, because you gotta brag sometime, bro.
I don't want y'all to think I'm quitting, but I gotta be up at 4 a.m. y'all.
No,
so.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and we giving our final word. My boy Common Sense. He said, it gets me every time I see Elam and Speed together. I just heard Boss saying he needs to work with a track coach the night after we traded for him. Your voice matters. And he tagged Aisha. Appreciate that Common Sense, number one. But I want to say something about you, Landlord, about you, Henny, and the chat. This is the power of independence, bro. This is the power of being honest on what you see.
Facts.
This is the power of it. Because, see, it was not popular to talk about DJ Moore, was it, Henny?
No. They know DJ Moore, the name. And you say anything about DJ Moore, listen, if you say anything about wanting Rashad Bateman over DJ Moore, they would have looked at you like a crackhead.
That's right.
They gonna say you just a YouTuber then.
That's right.
When they get to saying stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we showing y'all, and like Common Sense said, what did Elam actually do? He went and worked with a track coach. Who said he needed to work with a track coach? I did. Now everybody wanted to be positive. Like no. That boy needed to work. You know what I mean? So I'm just showing everybody the evidence of this group is real. We're honest, and it plays out like what we said. So let me give my final word. We gonna get up out of here.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Cowboy Can fan in the building, man.
Salute.
So next week we got a dope. Next week, if you ain't tuned in, you make sure you come back next week. We go deep dive into Brian. It's gonna be real deep. We gonna get all up into Brian, right? We gonna go super deep on him. We already started. So if we're a week early on research, Henny already got like a mountain of stuff.
Henny the research goat.
And I'm researching too, and we getting ready to blend it into one show. Okay. So y'all come back for that. Number 2. I do feel good about Tyler Guyton. I feel good about Steele. I can't wait to see it. I'm not gonna panic until this year is over. I'm not gonna panic. I think you hit it perfectly on Pickens, Landlord. I think he was perfect. I wish we knew what he wanted, because the main thing we wanted to do is judge fairness, dog. You feel me? And until we really know what he wanted, we don't know if it was fair. So in my final words, shout out to Fowler, man. Shout out to Fowler for being that person that brought world peace and respect to an outside free agent by taking off a dope number and giving the dope number to a dope player. That's a championship move. That's somebody that's saying, I'm going to treat you like family. And he didn't have to do that. He could have kept that dope 3, y'all. And 3 is dope. Don't you? On a defensive end, boy, you saying something when you got a 3. You hear me? So he took that off his chest, man, for the team. And I appreciate you, man. So y'all stay with Boss Land, man. We're gonna be giving y'all this content. That's my final word.
Yeah, man. I'll go real quick. So my boy Landlord can finish off strong. Appreciate everybody out there for rocking with us on the show and the content. Man, my final word is this. Dog, they still got us at 7.5 wins on the season. So you got a bag, man. Go ahead and get that easy money. The Dallas Cowboys gonna win some games this year.
Yeah.
We got at least 8 wins on the schedule. We got 8 wins on the schedule. We probably got we get a defensive tackle. We get another defensive tackle in, maybe a DJ Reader. You know, they talk about going to the UFL. I already scouted Isaiah Buzz, did a film session on him. You give me another defensive tackle, man. We're gonna win about 13, 14 games, man. And I'll stamp that.
Me too.
Dak Prescott, man, got one of the best wide receiving corps in the National Football League right now. He always balls when he come off an injury. So I trust Dak Prescott to put up some points, man. It's just your defense is gonna hold you back if they ain't prepared, man. If they out here getting gas in the run game, giving up explosive plays and giving up points, you're not gonna win. But if you can do enough, if you can shore up that interior of your defense, you're going to win a whole bunch of games, and you're going to win a whole bunch of games running away, man. So my final word is this, man. Go ahead, cash out. Go ahead. Matter of fact, put about $3,000-$4,000 on the Dallas Cowboys to win about 8 games, man. And you're going to live like a king, man.
8 to 10.
I don't know where yet. Yeah, 8. Hey, listen, man. You're gonna get you some money. Get you some money. I'm all about getting some money, man. So if you really want to go out there and stimulate your pocket because they ain't stealing no more stimulus checks, go ahead, take the Dallas Cowboys over on the win total and drop that bag, man. Change your life. Change your life overnight. That's my final word, man.
Man.
And I will say this, just to look out for my brother, this is not financial advice. You know what I'm saying? But still, yeah. Do what he said, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, for my final word, I say, all I can say is, I hope Terrence still prove me wrong from my takes on him. You know what I'm saying? I hope he ball out. I want the best for my team. That's all. And I'm Cowboys first, bro. I don't know if y'all can peep that yet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at it like this, man. Look, if you ain't giving me the best play, next man up.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking at, and that's how I feel like we need to be as fans. Like, I can't tell you how to fan, but I just want you to feel like we need the best on the field.
That's right.
That's it. And screw all the politics, man. It's always bad for football. I was a victim of politics. I know plenty of great players that was victims of politics, so I can't stand it. You keeping good and better players off the field, even if it's a detriment to your team and you doing it anyway, just because you got the authority and the power. How right is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, That's just foolishness. So we need to try our best to avoid that in Dallas. I feel like that's been one of the biggest Achilles heel that we've been going through as an organization, as a team. Politics has been ruining a lot of great teams.
Man.
Politics, in my opinion, has ruined our playoff shots. Politics ruined those teams that we went up against San Francisco. Politics ruined those games twice. Because guess what? In my opinion, y'all can say what y'all want to say about Mike McCarthy, but I feel like if you would have gave him the full reins to that offense, who knows what we would have did with Amari Cooper under Mike McCarthy. We could have went to the Super Bowl and won that mug for all we know if we wouldn't have been playing politics and forcing Kellen Moore on him. So listen here, man. We should be anti-politics and we should be trying to strive to be great and put the greatest players on the team, on the field. And that's my final word, man. Screw all the politics. Let's go get this 6, man. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
Yes,
we out. Y'all take it easy, man. Make sure y'all hit that like on all the channels. Subscribe. Super chat. Bless everybody, man. Y'all be blessed. Next week will be dope, man. Y'all make sure y'all come back. I can't wait till we really break down shot. It's going to be interesting.